LiveNation.com have all the details for you. These 2 tickets for you, caller 10. You got 2 for Sammy. In the summer, good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Pro tip, if a cop pulls you over and they hear you listening to this, they're probably just going to let you go. Because, they figured you suffered enough.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Last chance today for you to grab $1,000 is in about 7 or 8 minutes. That next keyword from the Buzzard Bookie. You're going to hear that? And then that'll be it for today until tomorrow morning. I think your first one is in the 9 o'clock hour with RMG. Cavs, big win over the Milwaukee Bucks last night. They were Giannis free, but that can't account for all of it. 135-95 was the big win over the Bucks, who are a pretty good team. So the Cavs are off tonight, off tomorrow night. Saturday, you'll find them in Atlanta. Cavs are on a 6-game win streak right now. So they'll play the Hawks at 7:30 on Saturday night. You hear all of it here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. And if you want to get yourself something from CLE Clothing Company to put yourself in the right frame of mind, use the promo code RING, R-I-N-G, and you'll get 20% off at CLE Clothing Company. I had ordered the brand new Buzzard football shirt from CLE Clothing, thinking that I would get to wear it during the Browns' extended playoff run. But it came the day that they were eliminated, or at least the day before, the day after maybe. I could still wear it, right?
You're allowed.
I'm allowed. I'm a grown man with control over my own sartorial choices, but maybe I'll just wait until next season. That's what they always say. There's always next season.
Pretty close.
All right, we know that Poundcake is a sports guy. Alan is not Joe Sports. But, Bill, you actually watch sports. When Alan said that Pascal Siakam was traded to the Pacers, I was waiting for you to call him out since he likes to make sure things are pronunciated correctly. Siakam was that was really something. I also want to know why Alan says potato. I've wondered that for a long time and just never really, did the research. I do my own research. Never looked it up why Alan Cox says potato. So the people are wondering, people are saying. So if you could let us know, we'd love it. Bye.
So this guy, Pascal Siakam, who plays for the Raptors, they sent him to the Pacers. The reason Bill didn't call me out is because he knew I was doing a bit. Why does nobody want to play with me?
I want to play with you.
Shut up, Poundcake. I mean the audience. Why? Potato is funnier than potato. I slaughter a lot of words, and the whole point of the sports thing is that I slaughter names and teams, and nobody.
And I just
play with me. We're here to play.
I can't always. And sometimes,
But you know
Yeah.
I'm doing a bit.
Yes, I do.
9 times out of 10. 9 times.
9 times.
Right. Pascal Siakam is funnier. Now, I did think you were going to grab me on it, but when you don't, I go, okay, he knows what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, I always know what you're doing, and sometimes I feel like doing it, and sometimes I don't.
But you got a life to lead. You can't do it every time.
Right.
Boston Celtics. I mean, why he didn't even just come to play. Let's have fun. Nobody wants to play with me.
I hate the way you say that.
Hmm?
No one wants to play with me. Why does no one want to play with me?
That's what this is.
Come to play, damn it.
We're not curing cancer here.
Bring your knee pads.
Oh,
and
God.
Your gear.
I love it.
We come to play.
I can't believe you didn't call Alan out.
Yeah, because he was paying attention. That's why, sir. And potato is funnier than potato. Oh, my Dan Quayle. Come on. Now, listen. That's different than Poundcake slaughtering the English language, right? That's different. He's not doing a bit.
How do you know?
I know. Are you?
I don't reveal my bit.
Mr. Don't Tell Comedy over
It's
here.
no
He's
fun.
you and Bill both
It's
on
no
the.
fun if I have to explain it.
You don't have to explain it.
And I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave you guessing.
I'll tell you what. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You want to leave a little mystery. I understand what you're doing.
I just want to see if people are listening.
I know.
I want engagement.
And they are. Engagement! Before the break, we were talking about surnames, and Poundcake was talking about that would you say there were 5 common black surnames?
Yeah, there's like Williams, Johnson, Smith, and then Brown.
Everybody's looking for an edge in the real estate game, right? It's not easy. It's a challenging job to write real estate copy because you're for these posts, because you're trying to get people to pay attention to what you're doing. And so there's a company in New Mexico that's taken some heat because, and they're not the only company that does this, where they name their floor plans. You know, this is our Budapest model. You know, these houses that they build up, these realty companies or whatever. This company was taking a lot of heat because two of their homes were called. One of them was called the Tubman home after Harriet Tubman.
Excuse
And the other
me?
one was called the Anne home after Anne Frank.
Ooh.
And and their copy said, just like Harriet Tubman, the icon of American courage and freedom, this home stands out amongst the crowd out there in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. The ready-to-be-built Harriet floor plan with its distinctive elevation features an entertainer's kitchen with a bar top between.
She was a big entertainer.
I'll tell you what, Harriet Tubman, you know, when she was shuttling people through that Underground Railroad, she was mixing up hot toddies and sidecars and the whole bit. Because she knew, yes, you want to be saved from a certain death, but you also want to be entertained. And good luck to any applicants who look like Harriet Tubman. So, yeah, they're taking a lot of heat for this. In honor of Anne Frank, we have designed the plan to maximize the view that we feel would be suitable for Anne herself.
Oh, my God.
Is what?
And what is that?
Wow.
Looking out the window, trying to make sure there's no Nazis coming. Of course, it is 2024. You do want to make sure that Nazis aren't coming because they're all around now.
The spacious attic that Anne dreamed of.
Right. Our Ava Braun floor plan has a basement to die for.
Equipped with trapdoors.
So the co-founder of Abrazo Homes in Albuquerque, he goes, "Hey, listen, we also have I also have designs named after beer categories for the because guys buy homes too. This is our Pilsner home and our IPA and all that, but." And he goes, well, we've had names for floor plans for a long time. We've named them after Audrey Hepburn and Frida Kahlo and Coco Chanel. And I guess once they went down that path, they're trying to get people's attention, and that's what they did. Listen, there isn't a person alive who's in a market for a brand new home who would stop their plan to purchase it because it was named after Harriet Tubman or Anne Frank. You'd be like, ooh, a mudroom. Take my money. So, but a little bit baffling, I guess, that they would go that route. But they said that they will update their marketing materials. This was just, we were trying to make efforts to pay homage to some of the most remarkable women in history.
Stop it. Stop
I mean, they're
it.
not wrong.
Girls.
Those are remarkable women in history. But, and
I'm sure.
I'm curious how they landed on those two, because you go, okay, Audrey Hepburn, Frida Kahlo, Coco Chanel. Even if you don't know those names, you might not think anything of it. People know Harriet Tubman. They know Anne Frank. I mean, Harriet Tubman is allegedly going to be on the 20.
No, she's not.
No, I know. But allegedly, they have plans to put her on the 20.
And I just hate rumors like that.
It wasn't a rumor.
It wasn't a rumor. It was
got
in the works.
Right. It's just
It was
implementing it was the other half of the equation. Everybody's patting themselves on the back. They're like, this is never going to happen.
They knew it was never going to happen, and that's my problem with it. They whoever implemented it, I don't know if it was a Democrat or a Republican, but they knew by the other side getting rid of it, it would look bad, like they're racist. But no one had any intention to put Harriet Tubman on the 20s at all. They just wanted the PR.
Well, no, I think it was like in the early days of the Biden administration. I fully believe that that's a plan. It's just not a huge priority.
No one, honestly, and I love Harriet Tubman. I'm.
What do you love about her?
That she freed the slaves, Underground Railroad, the whole nine. But so I wouldn't be here without her.
All right, you love Harriet Tubman? Name 3 songs.
But I would feel a type of way.
I don't think she freed the slaves, by the way. She
it was an Underground Railroad.
Right. She helped people get from one spot to another. They were hiding people.
Well, Oberlin was really big in the Underground Railroad, so I assumed that she probably had a good connection with Oberlin. I don't know.
It's big on the above ground railroad. There's a track that runs right through it.
But I don't want Harriet Tubman on any American money just because I would think twice on how I spend it. Like, I don't want to spend something frivolous that Harriet Tubman wouldn't approve of. Like, she going to be looking at me with the little picture, and I'm like, do I really need...
Wait, do you feel like your money judges you now? I mean, when's the last time you used cash, by the way?
I have cash.
That's why I think
so often.
That's why I think it's so... not a priority.
Because it's like obsolete.
It's cash. I mean, it's not obsolete. I mean, cash, but how many people are walking around with cash?
But any cash I do have, I don't want to be reminded like, ooh, I don't need these poppers. I'm just going to put these back because Harriet Tubman wouldn't approve.
Well, I wonder, though, let's say, take Harriet Tubman out of the equation. If they want to put anyone new on money, I'm just curious why it takes so long. It can't be because you're trying to wait until other bills are out of circulation, because those are going to be in circulation for a long time. This started because a girl wrote a letter to Obama in 2014. And they're like, well, on the timeline, it might take 16 years when all is said and done. It's like, guys. And that's if you were going to put anybody new on money. I don't know. Plus, it's all got doo-doo on it anyway.
I would say they've revamped the bill, but I don't think they've put anyone new on it for a very long time. Everyone, like Washington is synonymous with the $1 bill, and then Lincoln's is known for the 5. I don't know. I don't know. Hamilton, who's Hamilton? What is Hamilton on? Is he on the 100?
Andrew Jackson is the one on the 20 now. But he was he was a slave owner, and he relocated Native Americans.
And that's the thing. I don't feel bad about spending that money because it's an old white man, and I don't care. So I'm like, I need...
Think of how much money you'd save if you had Harriet Tubman money.
Well, I think a lot of people feel...
Walking around with your poop 20.
Mm-hmm. And that's not good for the economy. Saving money? No. You need to spend it. You need to put it back in.
The booty is where the doo-doo is, boy.
I got to give you some money here. This is not going to be in cash. It'll probably be in some other kind of form, so don't worry about who's on what. It's $1,000 for you, courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie. This is your very last chance to win today, so I hope you do. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bills. That's bills. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but there's probably a lot of music hipster flags at half-staff today because Pitchfork is no more. Longtime Pitchfork was the preeminent hipster music critique website. If your band got a bad Pitchfork review, it was all over with the tastemakers. Did you guys pay attention to Pitchfork at all?
No.
I had some friends. They were in a band that got
a good review
from Pitchfork, and so that made
that's a big deal.
Made for a few good years for them.
Yep, was a big deal. It is no more. They're being. I don't know what this means. They were part of a conglomerate that owned a bunch of other magazines, and Pitchfork is being just going to become a part of GQ, which seems to make strange bedfellows, but the magazine publishing business from the jump is in a tough spot. So Pitchfork is just going to become part of the GQ magazine. But, you know, like back in the day, I used to get people made fun of me for a long time because I probably got magazines longer than some other people did, but I would get like Spin and you know, I got all these music publications, but like that kind of music journalism isn't really a thing of value anymore. And so that can't be a big shop. It would suck if you were working for Pitchfork because there were still people, you know, working for that, but
I think a lot of people's dream job growing up was to be like a VJ on like TRL or Vice. Or no, not Vice. What is the other? Fuse.
Well, if you're of a certain generation, I mean, that wasn't around until I was in high school. But yeah, I mean, when I was, you know, there was a period of my life where I thought I was going to be writing for Rolling Stone. I was like, I think I would like to do that. But that has all changed so much now. Not just the magazine part of it, but even the online part of it. Like, the music industry is so hyper-focused on the manufacture of pop stars or just generating drama and gossip, you know, stuff that has nothing to do with the actual music. But for a long time, there was, like, legitimate music journalism. People, you know, Chuck Klosterman and people that would, is like film critique. That's kind of going away, too. You know, movie critics, people who know things about the art form.
I think it's
all very
out
subjective,
there.
though, anyway. But I mean,
it's all subjective, and it's also fragmented now. But it's also out there. It's just in different forms. I think there's a lot of people that have very interesting things to say about music, and it's more historical than critiques. But there's a lot of information you can get from people on TikTok or, you know, just through social media that make great content that people are consuming, and it's more person to person rather than going through a vessel like Pitchfork or Spin or whatever.
Yeah, the form has changed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, back
and there's podcasts dedicated to movie reviews and just discussion of music and all these different things. It's all out there in different forms. It's just not as much a thing that's in magazines.
No, it's not written form.
Yeah.
So if you were a big Pitchfork, they still have the music festival. I don't know if they will rebrand that, but there were all kinds of people who were
GQ Music
dressed to impress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was getting GQ up until a few years ago. That's still a physical magazine. I mean, when you go to the airport, you'll see how many magazines there still are.
And are they all owned by, like, the same people?
No, I mean, Condé Nast is this company. That's a big publisher. They own GQ. And
I just don't know how they make money because it's
still advertising. There are companies that still advertise in magazines.
The only time
because magazines got so niche that they're so laser focused on a particular audience that you can talk to those people. And there's people still reading them. You go to the airport, you'll be in a line of people, and they're buying magazines.
The only time I look at a magazine is like when there's a really long line at checkout, and I'm just like, I pick through. I go to like the shirtless guys, or like what somebody on Vanderpump Rules cheated on someone, and I'm like, ooh, this is tea, and then I put it right back because it'd be like $3.99.
That's Vanderpump Cheating Monthly.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
Or someone is near death. It's like they just get a really bad photo of like.
So you're looking at the National Enquirer while you're waiting to check
out. Not all the time, but
People magazine.
Does Angela have leprosy?
Yeah, it's like something they just get a really bad photo. And it's like near death, family in spiral. Check out Jennifer Aniston's will. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Leprosy. Hansen's disease is raging through Hollywood. It's like Philadelphia in this measles outbreak. Okay, I'm going to break. 35192. Shoot me a text, alancoxshow.com for everything else.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.